Hello everybody, how's it going? Timmeister here, and welcome back once again to the city of Bixton in City Skylines 2. In today's episode, I want to bring things back into the downtown region and start to build what we'll call the Central Park. So we have this big swath of land here that's not really suitable for any type of development because although it's not a massive mountain, it is a little too jagged for any type of large buildings. There is a few flat spots on top of the peaks here that we could build a little bit of infrastructure, but I think that this entire area is more suitable for a large nature park. So I got it all treed in here. Our tree density is pretty high, some nice bushy forests. So it's time, I think, that we get into a nice park. So although most of this is going to be a park, I kind of found that this area over here is relatively flat, and it's kind of on a decent slope, a nice smooth slope heading up the mountain. And it would be cool if there was a little secluded neighborhood up here on the mountains, just outside of view. Maybe you could see like the top of the towers here, but it would be cool if we have a little neighborhood. So let's get started on this first. And to start this, I'm simply going to branch off of the existing roads that we have here going up to this tower. Actually, while I'm at it, I should probably take a look at my telecom. Yeah, I mean, coverage is pretty good, although it could be better over here. Can I increase the range of this antenna? That increases the range. Let's see if this makes a difference. I'm just curious. It doesn't seem like it did much, but whatever. It's fine. All right, so let's lay down some roads for our little neighborhood over here. How am I going to do this? Very carefully, of course. And I kind of imagine this area being very like Hollywood Hills-esque. And of course over here it gets pretty steep. So I think I'll stop this road right here. There, all right. And what I'm gonna do here is I would actually like to start building some European buildings in town, as some of you have suggested. So let's start with that. Probably gonna stick to some smaller homes here just because the terrain is so jagged. I don't want it to break the terrain too much. Yeah, especially like over here. Oh yeah, that's gonna look really cool. Little private neighborhood. The Hollywood Hills of Bixton. How's about that, guys? There. I don't think I want to make the neighborhood any bigger than this. That already looks pretty cool. It's going to be kind of integrated into the park. But I guess what would also be cool is to provide better access to downtown. I should link up these two roads. But let me take a look at the terrain first. I think we have a sort of flat spot right over here. Yeah, it looks relatively flat. It's kind of hard to see because of the tree density, but I think if I If I go into my landscaping tools, I'm just going to reduce the brush size a little bit. I'm going to create a plateau up here. And then this will kind of be like the main section of the park where you can drive up with your vehicle. Oh, actually, you know what would be cool? Here, I'll remove this segment. And I think if I raise my road up just a little bit and then put it right on the edge of this cliff, will it actually build a wall? Yes, it will. Oh yeah, that's actually really cool, guys. And then if I maybe remove a tree or two. I don't want to remove too many, but if I remove some of the trees, then this road can actually offer some decently nice views of the ocean. All right, and then I will connect this back up to here. There, how's about that, guys? And then because this is a flat plateau on top, if I go into my park menu, I should have enough room for a large city park, which isn't really that large. Oh yeah, that is perfect. Should I add a parking lot as well? I might add a parking lot just to provide some better vehicle access. So I'll do this, and then I'm gonna add a small parking lot right here. I wish there would be like fenceless parking lots. Like I kind of know what the developers were doing here, because like most city parking would be fenced in, and you have to like go in and pay and stuff. But it would be cool to have like fenceless parking spots. All right, so let's put down some trails here and there. There, I'll remove crosswalk. There, that looks a little better. I'm gonna adjust the park a little tiny bit. Oh, oops. I turned it completely the wrong way. Yeah, I'll move it. There, that's a little better. So from here, what I can do is maybe, oh yeah. Okay, apparently not. I was going to plop a roundabout. Maybe I gotta soften the terrain a bit. Is that gonna work? Nope. Okay, that works. And then what I'll do from here is continue this road along, following the terrain to the best of my abilities. I'm going to connect this. Is that like really steep? Oh, that's not too bad. Ooh, what's this? Pop Musician Mansion. Well, isn't that good timing? We can move a, I guess, a posh citizen into a posh neighborhood. Oh, it's because it's a European-themed building. Yeah, I suppose we're going to start to unlock European buildings. Oh my god, this building is huge. It'd be cool to put it on top of the hill, but I know it's going to ruin the topography quite a bit. Over here might not be too bad. Let's try it. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Let's hope we unlock more. So, it looks like our whole neighborhood is built up. And it actually looks really cool. Look at that, these European houses. They look better than the North American ones. And here's what I'll do. I may just squeeze in a few trees between the cracks here. Bring my brush up to 100% strength and just try to cram a couple trees between the little gaps in between all the houses. I don't even know if this is doing anything, but I probably added a few here and there. There. We added a road connection to this new neighborhood. All right, so that's it for the infrastructure of the actual park. Now let's start to lay down some paths. Now, unfortunately, the thing is, in City Skylines 2, there's not a whole lot of park assets and decals and that sort of thing available, so you really got to make do with what you got. So let's go ahead and place some paths all over. I guess these would be like some nice hiking trails. There, let's bring this in like that, and then one more connecting this up just like so. What else do we got as far as parks go? You know what would be cool? Maybe if I put down like a tennis court or two. What else? We got an outdoor gym. I'll plop that over here. Some tennis courts. Couple tennis court or basketball courts. Actually, can I squeeze in a tennis court? Oh, tennis court's huge. Okay, so basketball court it is. What else do we got here? We got a small playground. Dog park. Oh yeah, this actually fits really well right here. And I got an outdoor gym. I think right beside it I'll do a small playground. Here, I'm gonna bring a road on the other side of the parking lot. And over here, I'll put one tennis court. There. So it's a relatively flat area up here. Doesn't seem to affect anything. Beautiful. There, so let's connect a few paths here. There. And I think what would be cool is if one of the paths that is going over here if we could maybe build an overpass using maybe like a pedestrian arch bridge. There, let's start with that. Bring this back down to 0 meters. Back under the bridge like this, and then this path will go all the way down to this crosswalk over here. Right in the downtown area, so it'll provide access to the park from downtown. And I would like this park to be as accessible as possible, meaning that... Oh yeah, this would be cool. Meaning that you can get to the park from pretty much anywhere in the city by walking. That is going to be my goal. So as you can see, people over in Bedford can walk all the way to downtown via some park paths. All right, I want to try something over here. So, looking over this hill, you can see a magnificent view of Auburn and the Golden Gate Bridge. So, what I would like to do is maybe create a look off here by modifying this terrain a bit. So, I don't know how well this is going to work, but if I flatten this out, just like this, and then the terrain below it, I'll do the same thing just to jagged up the terrain a little bit. Let's see if it's possible to make a look off. Maybe if I raise this by 1.5. Oh yeah, would you look at that, guys? I think it might actually work. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. And I'll just remove this tree. Look at that. Created a magnificent view of the Golden Gate Bridge. There, so I'll remove these two segments. Paths. Yeah, actually, if I do something like that, and then bring this back down to 0 meters, I will connect this up just like so. And then do the same over here. And I'll connect these two paths together, and bam, look at that, guys. That's really cool. All right, so now I got a nice trail system going throughout the park. It's easily accessible from pretty much anywhere in the city. But there's one thing that's missing. Some open spaces where people can go and just hang out. So I'm gonna start to remove trees in this particular section of the park. And this is just gonna be an open, common area where people can just go and sit and bask in the sun if they so choose. I'll actually leave these boulders. They look pretty cool. And I may have to revisit this area if if the developers decide to include some props in the game. There. So that open space looks really, really cool. All right, well, you know what? I'm pretty happy with the park as is. I don't want to expand on it too much. There's not a whole lot that I can do really with the current state of the game. There's just not any park props and stuff right now. But I think we can move on to other areas of the city where I can parkify. More specifically over here. So if you look closely, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this, but you can see that this is a pretty steep hill. All the way from the technical college over here to this road. It's a little too steep for any kind of development, but it's a perfect location for some hiking trails. So what I can do in this case is go from this quiet little neighborhood, which by the way has no name. I should probably name some of these neighborhoods that I'm building. There, so let's have, I guess, a main walking trail kind of zigzagging through the mountains here. And I'll link everything up right over here. Oh, that's weird. It broke all the zones. Here, let's actually fix this. Is it even possible to fix it? No, it changed the whole... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Oh, well. There, so we got this main trail. And wouldn't it be cool to build a bridge going over the train tracks? There, so let's bring this up to 7.5 meters. Or maybe I'll have to do this, I think. This trail will have to go up like this, turn around, and then from this point, go up to... Is 8.75 enough? Oh yeah, that's plenty. And then maybe I can do... Oh! Can I do this? Sure, why not? Boop. There we go. Oh, what? There's there's no support column here? A little strange, but okay. What if we do like another ramp going off this way? Still no support column. Did I build it too close? No. Alright, well, whatever. It is what it is. There, and I'll build a little path that connects right up over here. There. That looks pretty cool. That'll link up these two neighborhoods together. All right. Okay, so we got our nature parks done. Now, if I check my park distribution, most of the city is pretty good. However, I feel that there's a lack of stadiums. So right now there's only 2 stadiums that are part of the game. Well, there's multiple. These are just like small parks, sports parks, and then we have large sports parks. But there's only an American football field and a soccer field, and I find that I have a lack of those types of parks. So it looks like we have a big open field over here that could potentially perfectly fit at least a soccer field. So I'm gonna go ahead and plop a big old soccer field right here in the middle of this neighborhood. That looks pretty cool. And then maybe an American football field. This is a really large building though. I may not be able to fit it in this neighborhood. But what about downtown? I feel like downtown doesn't really have a stadium. Actually, I got a pretty cool idea. So remember back when I built the forest industry, there was this random Stonehenge way on the outskirts of the map in the woods in the middle of nowhere. Well, wouldn't it be cool to transplant this Stonehenge to right smack dab in the middle of the park? Now that is really cool. There we go. So we got Stonehenge right in the middle of the city. So I guess as far as the park goes, that'll do. But I don't want to end this episode just yet. It's still a pretty short episode if I end it now. What I want to work on for the next little bit is creating some districts. So right now I only have districts in the downtown area, and I would love to create some more districts to encapsulate the entire city. So let's get started here. I think what I'll do is I'm going to create a new district following this main road here, all the way up to these rail tracks. And the rail tracks are going to determine the border of this particular district. Let me try to line this up right there. So yeah, this can be kind of janky sometimes, I find, when creating districts. Sometimes you got to turn off snapping and then just make your district the perfect size right adjacent to these zones. There, I'll link this up. Evergreen Meadows. I'm not really a big fan of that name, to be honest. What could I name this? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to name this Gastown. And that is inspired by Gastown in, well, particularly Vancouver, but I believe that San Diego has a Gastown as well. I don't think it's named Gastown per se, but there's an old district that has like these old gas lanterns that are still around. And I feel like this kind of neighborhood fits the bill for that. You got all these historic buildings. We got like an old mini downtown over here that's unfortunately being separated from the rest of the city by this major highway, but that's just the way it goes. The next district, I think I'll just encapsulate all of this development over here. So I'm going to turn snapping back on. And let's just follow this little creek up to the rail line again. So of course these rail lines would have been here long before any highway has ever been put down, so naturally that is going to define this border. I think this is something they should change too. This district tool is pretty hard to use sometimes. It's hard to see. There. So then I'll just follow this river. And I am going to name this district College Hill. There. Naturally, because there is the university campus right here. Alright guys, so I did a little bit of work off camera. So I've created all of these districts. So we have Coleridge Field, Primrose Bluff, Sterling Heights. These are all auto-generated, as you may have guessed. Brightwater Crest as well, which encompasses all of this industrial area. The Cooper District, which is this square here. College Hill, Gastown, that is all created. So, of course, we have all of Auburn now to begin districting, I guess. But I'm going to hold off for now. I'd like the city to grow a little bit more before we start to decide what neighborhood is which. So this is auto-generated. So I created a district for the park, and it's kind of like merging into other districts too. But anyways, so the park's auto-generated name is Blackwood Gardens. So I'm gonna go with that name for now. We'll call it Blackwood Park, I guess, or whatever, but the area is called Blackwood Gardens. If you guys have any better name suggestions, I encourage you to put them down below in the comments, and I'll readjust the name. So I think that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. So we got our nice park. Officially, the entire downtown peninsula is complete. I say complete, but it's gonna evolve over time. I want downtown to grow. Eventually, like, all of this central area is gonna become skyscrapers and all kinds of interesting stuff. Really cool buildings. So yeah, that will be it for this episode. Next episode, I'd like to start to expand the city a little bit more to get into some more low-density residential. If I look at my demand, we pretty much have demand for everything, so I'm not really limited to any sort of building. I can just plop whatever and it'll build. But that'll be for another time. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys checking out my videos. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like down below, leave a comment if you have anything to say. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of future uploads. And until the next episode, guys, take care.